Hello, Shalom. Welcome back to day 161 of the Daily Bread. We'll be reading from the book of Deuteronomy chapter 20, book of Isaiah 21, Psalms 9, Proverbs 10, and from the book 1 Corinthians chapter 14. We'll be reading scriptures from the book of the Scriptures 2009 version. Deuteronomy chapter 20 on page 207. When you go out to battle against your enemies, and shall see horses and chariots and people more numerous than you, do not be afraid of them, for Yahweh your Elohim, who brought you up from the land of Mizraim, is with you. And it shall be when you draw near to the battle, that the priests shall come and speak to the people, and shall say to them, Hear, O Israel, you are drawing near today to battle with your enemies. Do not let your heart faint. Do not fear, or tremble, or be afraid before them. For Yahweh your Elohim is he who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to save you. And the officers shall speak to the people, saying, Who is the man who has built a new house and has not dedicated it? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in the battle and another man dedicate it. And who is the man who has planted a vineyard and has not begun to use it? Let him also go and return to his house, lest he die in battle and another man should begin to use it. And who is the man who is engaged to a woman and has not taken her? Let him go and return to his house, lest he die in battle and another man take her. And the officer shall speak further to the people and say, Who is the man who is afraid and tender of heart? Let him go and return to his house, lest the heart of his brothers faint like his heart. And it shall be, when the officers have finished speaking to the people, that they shall appoint commanders to the divisions to lead the people. When you draw near to a city to fight against it, then you shall make a call for peace to it. And it shall be, if it accepts your call for peace, and shall open to you, then all the people found in it are to be your compulsory labor and serve you. But if it does not make peace with you, and shall fight against you, then you shall besiege it, and Yahweh your Elohim shall give it into your hands, and you shall strike every male in it with the edge of the sword. Only the women and the little ones, and the livestock, and all that is in the city, all its spoil, you should take as plunder for yourselves. And you should eat the enemy's plunder, which Yahweh your Elohim gives you. Do so to all the cities which are very far from you, which are not of the cities of these nations, only of the cities of these people which Yahweh your Elohim gives you as an inheritance. You do not keep alive any that breathe, but you shall certainly put them under the ban, the Hittite, and the Amorite, and the Canaanite, and the Perizzite, and the Hivite, and the Uzbite, as Yahweh your Elohim has commanded you, lest they teach you to do according to all their abominations which they have done for their mighty ones. And you sin against Yahweh your Elohim, when you besiege a city for a long time by fighting against it to take it. You do not destroy its trees by wielding an axe against them. If you do eat of them, do not cut them down. For if the tree of the field a man is to besiege, Mary 19 here. When you besiege a city for a long time by fighting against it to take it, you do not destroy its trees by wielding an axe against them. If you do eat of them, do not cut them down. For is the tree of the field a man to besiege by you? Only the trees which you know are not trees for food you do destroy and cut down to build siege works against the city that is fighting against you until it falls. Isaiah 21 on page 429. The message concerning the wilderness of the sea. As whirlwinds in the south sweep on, so it comes from the wilderness, from an awesome land. A distressing vision is revealed to me. The treacherous betrays, and the ravager ravages. Go up, O Elam. Besiege, O Media. All the groaning I bring to an end. Therefore my loins are filled with anguish. Pangs have seized me, like the pangs of a woman in labor. I was distressed when I heard it. I was troubled when I saw it. My heart reeled. Horror overwhelmed me. The night of which I longed, he turned into fear for me. Prepare the table, spread the mat, eat and drink. Arise, you princes, anoint the shield. For Yahweh has said to me, Go, set a watchman, let him declare what he sees. And he saw a chariot with a pair of horsemen, a chariot of donkeys, and a chariot of camels. And he listened attentively, very attentively. Then he cried out, A lion, O Yahweh! I stand continually on the watchtower in the daytime, and I have sat at my post every night. And see this, a chariot of men coming with a pair of horses, a chariot coming with a pair of horsemen. And he spoke up and said, Babel is fallen, and all the carved images of her mighty ones he has broken to the ground. O my threshing and the grain of my floor, that which I have heard from Yahweh of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, I have declared to you. The message concerning Daman. He calls to me out of Sari. Watchman, how much of the night is past? Watchman, how much of the night has passed? The watchman said, Morning came, and also the night. If you inquire, come again. The message concerning Arabia. In the forest of Arabia you say, O you traveling companies of Danites, you who dwell in the land of Timah, bring water to him who is thirsty. Meet the fugitive with bread. For they fled from the swords, from the drawn sword, from the bent bow, and from the stress of battle. For thus Yahweh has said to me, within a year, according to the year of a hired man, all the esteem of Kedar shall come to an end, and the rest of the number of archers, the mighty men of the people of Kedar, shall be few, for Yahweh Elohim of Israel has spoken. Psalms 9 on page 651. Alpha. I praise you, O Yahweh, with all my heart. I declare all your wonders. I rejoice and exult in you. I sing praise to your name, O Most High. Bet. When my enemies turn back, they stumble and perish before you. For you exalted my right and my cause. You sat on the throne, judging in righteousness. Gimel. You have rebuked the nations. You have destroyed the wrong. You have wiped out their name forever and ever. Hit. The enemy is no more. Ruins everlasting. And you have uprooted the citizens. Even their remembrance has perished. But Yahweh abides forever. He is preparing his throne for judgment, and he judges the world in righteousness. He judges the people in straightness. Wah. And Yahweh is a refuge for the crushed ones, a refuge in time of distress. And those who know your name trust in you. For you have not forsaken those who seek you, O Yahweh. Zayin. Sing praises to Yahweh, who dwells in Zion. Declare his deeds among the peoples. For he remembers the seekers of the bloodshed. For he remembers the seekers of bloodshed. He does not forget the cry of the afflicted. Hit. Show favor to me, O Yahweh. See my affliction by those who hate me. You who lift me up from the gates of death, so that I declare all your praise. In the gates of the daughter of Zion, I rejoice in your deliverance. Tet. The nations have sunk down in the pit which they have made, in the net which they hid. Their own foot is caught. Yahweh has made himself known. He has done right rulings. The wrong is snared in the work of his hands. Meditation, Salah. Yod. The wrong return to Sheol. All the nations that forget Elohim. Kaf. For the needy is not always forgotten, neither the expectancy of the poor lost forever. Arise, O Yahweh, do not let man prevail. Let the nations be judged before your face. Put them in fear of Yahweh. Let the nations know they are but men. Salah. Proverbs 10 on page 737. Proverbs of Solomon. A wise son makes a father rejoice, but a foolish son is his mother's sorrow. Treasures of wrongness are of no value, but righteousness delivers from death. Yahweh does not let the being of the righteous go hungry, but he thrusts away the desire of the wrong. Poor is he who works with a lazy hand, but the hand of the hard worker makes rich. He who gathers in summer is a wise son. He who sleeps in harvest is a son who causes shame. Blessings are on the head of the righteous, but violence covers the mouth of the wrong. The remembrance of the righteous is blessed, but the name of the wrong ones rot. The wise in heart accepts commands, but one with foolish lips falls. He who walks in integrity walks safely, but he who perverts his ways becomes known. He who winks with the eye causes sorrow, and one with foolish lips falls. The mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life, but violence covers the mouth of the wrong. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all transgressions. Wisdom is found on the lips of him who has understanding, but a rod is for the back of him who lacks heart. The wise hide knowledge, but the mouth of a fool is near ruin. A rich man's wealth is his strong city, but the ruin of the poor is their poverty. The wage of the righteous is for life. The increase of the wrong is for sin. He who heeds discipline is in the way of life, but he who refuses reproof goes astray. He who hides hatred has lying lips, and he who sends out a slanderer is a fool. When words are many, transgression is not absent, but he who restrains his lips is wise. The tongue of the righteous is choice silver. The heart of the wrong is of little value. The lips of the righteous shepherd many, but fools die for lack of heart. The blessing of Yahweh makes one rich, and he adds no pain with it. To work out wicked schemes is like sport to a fool, but wisdom is for a man of understanding. What the wrong one fears comes upon him, but the desire of the righteous is granted. As the whirlwind passes by, the wrong one is no more, but the righteous has an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so is the lazy one to those who send him. The fear of Yahweh prolongs days, but the years of the wrong ones are shortened. The righteous look forward to joy, but the expectancy of the wrong ones perish. The way of Yahweh is a stronghold for the perfect, but ruin to the workers of wickedness. The righteous is never shaken, while the wrong shall not dwell in the earth. The mouth of the righteous brings forth wisdom, but the tongue of perverseness is cut out. The lips of the righteous know what is pleasing, but the mouth of the wrong speaks perverseness. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 on page 1116, 1116. Pursue love and earnestly seek the spiritual gifts, but rather that you prophesy. For he who is speaking in a tongue does not speak to men, but to Elohim. For no one understands, but in the Spirit he speaks secrets. But he who is prophesying speaks of building and encouragement and comfort to men. He who is speaking in a tongue builds up himself, but he who is prophesying builds up the assembly. Now I wish you all spoke with tongues, but rather that you might prophesy, for he who is prophesying is greater than he who is speaking with tongues, unless he interprets so that the assembly might receive upbuilding. But now, brothers, if I come to you speaking with tongues, that I shall profit you unless I speak to you, either by revelation, or by knowledge, or by prophesying, or by teaching. Nevertheless, lifeless instruments making a sound, whether flute or harp, if they do not make a distinction in the sound, how shall it be known what is played on the flute or on the harp? For indeed, if the trumpet makes this indistinct sound, who shall prepare himself for battle? So also you, if you do not give speech by the tongue, that is clear. Now shall it be known what is spoken, for you shall be speaking into the air. There are undoubtedly so many kinds of sounds in the world, and none of them is without a distinct sound. If then I do not know the power of the voice, I shall be a foreigner to him who speaks, and he who speaks be a foreigner to me. So also you, since you are ardent for special gifts, seek to excel in the upbuilding of the assembly. Therefore, he who is speaking in a tongue, let him pray that he might interpret. For if I am praying in a tongue, my spirit is praying, but my understanding is without fruit. What then is it? I shall pray with the Spirit, and I shall also pray with the understanding. I shall sing with the Spirit, and I shall also sing with the understanding. Otherwise, if you bless with the Spirit, how shall he who fills up the place of the unlearned say Amen at your giving of thanks, since he does not know what you not say? For you truly give thanks well, but the other is not built up. I thank my Elohim. I speak with tongues more than you all, but in an assembly I wish to speak 5 words with my understanding, that I might instruct others also. Then 10,000 words in a tongue. Brothers, do not be children in your thinking, but in evil be babes, and in your thinking be perfect. In the Torah it has been written, with men of other tongues and of other lips I shall speak to this people. Even so, they shall not hear me, says Yahweh. Isaiah 28:11. So then, tongues are for a sign, not to those who believe, but to unbelievers. And prophesying is not for unbelievers, but for those who believe. If then all the assembly comes together in one place, and all speak with tongues, and there come in those who are unlearned or unbelievers, shall they not say that you are mad? But if all prophesy, and an unbeliever or an unlearned one comes in, he is reproved by all. He is discerned by all. And so the secrets of his heart are revealed. And so, falling down on his face, he shall worship Elohim, declaring that Elohim is truly among you. What then is it, brothers? Whenever you come together, each one has a psalm, has a teaching, has a tongue, has a revelation, has an interpretation. Let all be done for upbuilding. If anyone speaks in a tongue, let there be 2, or at the most 3, each in turn, and let one interpret. If there is no interpreter, let him be silent in an assembly, and let him speak to himself and to Elohim. And let 2 or 3 prophets speak, and let the others discern. And if there should be a revelation to another who sits by, let them first be silent. For you are all able to prophesy one by one, so that all learn and all be encouraged. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. For Elohim is not Elohim of disorder, but of peace, as in all the assemblies of the set apart ones. Let your women be silent in the assembly, for they are not allowed to speak, but let them subject themselves, as the Torah also says. And if they wish to learn whatever, let them ask their own husbands at home. For it is improper for women to speak in an assembly. Or did the word of Elohim go out from you? Or did it reach only to you? If anyone thinks himself to be a prophet or spiritual, let him acknowledge what I write to you, that they are a command of the master. And if anyone is ignorant, let him be ignorant. So then, brothers, earnestly seek to prophesy, and do not forbid speaking in tongues. Let all be done decently and in order. Shalom, make it a great day, read your Bible, and talk to the Father.